Greetings. Welcome to another edition of OMT TV. In this video, I'm going to give you a quick tour of the WordPress editor toolbar. So what we'll be looking at today are these rows of buttons up here at the top of the editing screen, and these are the same for both pages and posts, and all these different things can let you format your text in various ways, and so let's do a quick run through. I'll just work my way from left to right. So this first format box here, you can see it's a paragraph and mostly heading. HTML is a little different in that the smaller the number, the larger the heading is. So we like it if you would start with the second heading and then move down in size depending on how your headlines are nested. As you type text in WordPress, it generally formats it as a paragraph, so you don't need to explicitly highlight it and make it a paragraph. It just does it by default. But if we were to make a new headline here, oops, you can highlight the text and come up here to this paragraph and then choose whatever heading you'd like to use. Please make the effort to make your headlines actual headlines. What we don't want to see is people highlighting these and just making them bold. There's a visual difference, as you can see, between a headline, just a bolded text and a headline, but the most important reason is for accessibility. We have people using screen readers to read the site to them if they are visually impaired, and just like you can scan down a page with your eyes and see what the major headlines are, if you make your headlines tagged as headlines like this, the screen reader can actually read the headlines aloud to the person and allowing them to effectively skim the page as well. So this is an important note for accessibility, and I would really appreciate if everyone made an effort to do this properly. So let's unbold this and we'll make it a paragraph, make that official. Or sorry, make that a heading and make that official. Okay. The other item here is pre-formatted, which kind of looks old-time typewritery. You might see it for code samples and such, but it probably isn't going to be used very frequently. Next, under formats, as of this filming, we have 4 options here, although we may add things here anytime. This is when we have special formatting that people can use on the site. On a lot of the pages, you'll see we'd like to make the lead or the first intro paragraph a little bit of a different style. And how we do that is you can highlight, I'll do the same thing to this paragraph down here so you can see how we do this. So we would highlight the first paragraph and come in and make it the lead or intro style. And to get that nice drop cap, all you need to do is highlight the first letter, come back under formats, and we have drop cap right here. See? There you go. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do Control-Z to undo, because the nice thing about WordPress as well is that a lot of the keyboard shortcuts you're used to, such as cut, paste, and undo, and those kinds of things, work for WordPress as well. The 2 other formats we have here are small. Small is useful if you often have like copyright information or something that needs to be, kind of tucked under somewhere. And the other is if you have an item that needs to be a link, but you don't want it to be underlined. This may come up if something's a graphic or something like that where it's maybe oddly shaped and you want to link to something and then it has a underline under it that's kind of odd. This doesn't happen very frequently. We really encourage you to leave links underlined, otherwise people aren't going to know they're links. So this is kind of a unusual situation, but sometimes it comes up, so we have it here as an option. Moving along, and also quick point, if you ever forget what any of these things are, you can just hover over it a little bit, and WordPress is very good about giving you a little helper text to remind you what these are. So a lot of these are much like using Microsoft Office documents, so bold and italic, just what you're used to. You just highlight it and click bold and click on bold, same with italic. There is a bolded list and a numbered list. You can just highlight what you want to be bulleted or numbered, or let's see, I can just undo there. This is text alignment, and this is not how we align images, but if you want to have something that is aligned to the right side of the page, you can do that. So these are your options: align left, center, or right. Links. Let's talk about how to edit or insert links. There is another OMT TV tutorial that goes in depth about links, but very quickly, you would just underline what you want to be linked, click Insert or Edit Link, and then pasting in the URL here. I highly recommend that you go to the web page you want, copy the whole thing, and paste it in here so you have the full URL. The The other thing you can do here too is you can click link options. And if you're wanting to link to a page that's on your own site, every page on your site is already going to be listed here. So you can just click that, click add link, and it's going to do it automatically. So there's a little more to links. If you want to go watch the other OMTTV videos on basic editing, you can get some more. But now you at least can see how this button works. Make some space here. The next thing we have is a table. So you can come in here and pick what kind of table, like what kind of size you need, and it will automatically insert that for you. And so there's a lot of things you can do with formatting tables that I'm not going to go into depth here. We'll have another OMTTV video specifically about tables. But again, you can see that's just how the toolbar button will work. Next, there's undo and redo, which do what they say they do. The next is special character, which is nice because this is a nice way if you need a copyright sign or maybe other different things for other currencies or an umlaut or whatever you may need. You can just find the special character and choose it, and it will insert it for you. Okay, so the final thing we have here on the right is the toolbar toggle, and if you click that, boom, it's going to give you a whole bunch more options. So I'm going to go through a couple more of these. Once you start getting down toward this end of the row, you get into more fancy advanced options, and I'm going to have a full tutorial for each one of those in other videos, but there's a couple here that I still want to show you. We have strike through, which is if you want to cross out text, you can do it that way. We have a horizontal line. If you put this here and you put a horizontal line, it'll put a nice styled line with a little logo there, looking nice. Text color. If you need to highlight something, we have some options here for you that go well with our theme. Paste as text. WordPress does a really nice job of when you copy things in from Word or other text documents, it does a pretty decent job of keeping the formatting. Like maybe you have some bolds in there or a list, but sometimes you may want to strip that out. Sometimes when you copy and paste from PDFs, you can get all kinds of other kind of garbage characters, or you may just have any kind of number of reasons why you don't want to paste in formatted text. So what you can do is you can click this, and then anything you paste in here is going to be plain text only. It's not going to keep any of the formatting you may have in the source document. It's going to stay with a little box around it to let you know it's in plain text mode, and you can unclick it if you want to go back into where it's trying to retain the formatting of the document you're pasting from. We also have clear formatting. If we have something that you want it wiped out and reset, you can do that. We also have indent. If you want to indent an entire paragraph, you can if you increase it, you move it over to the right a little bit, or you can move it back over to the left. And if you're a fan of keyboard shortcuts, you can click this and it'll give you a quick rundown of all the keyboard shortcuts that you can use while editing in WordPress. So I know some people are really like using the keyboard a lot, and so this is a way to really kind of speed up what you're doing and use those shortcuts. Oh, so I'm getting the little message from the plain text mode. I was wondering why they didn't click. I had a little delay there. Okay, so after the keyboard shortcuts, these are where we're getting to a little more advanced options. These are tools that we specifically created for our themes, for creating nice looking buttons and expanders and adding maps. And so from this point forward, these are all going to be covered under a different OMTTV video. But with everything else I've shown you, you should have a lot of the tools that you need to be able to format the text for your website. So hope you enjoy the tour. Thanks for watching.